Hi everyone! So today we're in this kind of spooky Halloween kind of vibe because I have a crazy story to tell you. I have my coffee right here, so we're really in this kind of little vibe. Go get your coffee or something because this story is so scary. Like, I swear to God, it's the only story of like paranormal activities happening in my life. Like, I wouldn't say like I never really believed in it because I never knew if I was gonna believe in it or not, but I was more the type to be like, oh, I would love to believe in it, but till it happens to me, well, it's just not, I don't know, like not really thinking about it. But then something happened to me, and since then, like, I'll always remember like there was something, like, for real. So now I'm gonna tell you about this paranormal story, and that's okay, I have this shake just thinking about it. Okay, let's get into this story. So it all started in Tahiti. I think it was like 3 years ago, something like that. I traveled with Milady. It was my second time in Tahiti. We went there with which is like an association. One of the guy from the organization gave us like a house where to stay because I think it was his family house, something like that, or a house that they were renting on Airbnb or something. Well, I don't think they were renting it to a lot of people. Whatever, not that important. So they gave us that house and we stayed there. We were like a small group, and I was staying in a room with my friend Milady. Hi Milady. And the whole week, like, it was kind of weird. So what happened is, I don't remember which day it was. We were there for a total of like 6 days, but one of the first days I went to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I don't know if I have videos with me, but the house was kind of in a scary, like, it was an old house, like it was not brand new modern or anything like that, and the bathroom was really scary. I really hope I have those videos, hopefully. It was a scary bathroom. I go there around 2 a.m. but it's not the first time that I stay in scary Airbnb. I've done that a lot, but never, like, there was never anything happening. But that time I'm in the bathroom, I'm on the toilet, on the throne, and I just feel like, just thinking about it now, I have like goosebumps. So I felt, it's so weird just talking about it. Like, I felt that there was something right by my shoulder, but I can't explain it. I just felt that there was something. Like, I haven't seen anything. It was really just a feeling of like there's something. Like, I know there's something, but I was kind of sleepy because it was in the middle of the night, probably like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., something like that. And I don't know, I just felt like it was kind of weird, couldn't explain it, but then just cleaned myself real quick. I loved the movement. Cleaned myself real quick and went back to the room, didn't say anything, and it was just like that. And I think it was like 2 or 3 days later that I go back to the bathroom, and around the same time in the middle of the night, which is like I'm not the type who's gonna wake up to go to the restroom during the night, but I don't know, somehow during that trip I was waking up during the night to go to the bathroom. And while I'm in the bathroom, at the same spot, like next to my shoulder, I start feeling something. But since I knew, like, after feeling it the first time, the next day I was thinking about it, and I was just like, maybe I was just tired, maybe it was just nothing and I was tired. So I didn't think about it too much. But then when it happened the next time, I was really like, I took time to feel it because I knew it happened one time. So I was just really like, okay, wait, Ellie, are you really feeling something? Yes, I'm really feeling it. And I was talking to myself in my head, and I was like, there's something that's not normal. And randomly, like, it was just like a high like, oh, I have the goosebumps coming here. It was like the highest emotion that I've ever felt, and I just started crying, but for no reason. I just felt like there was something. And there was like a scary mirror in front of me. I didn't want to look at it, but even like, no matter what, like, there was like nothing around me in the bathroom. I didn't see anything. It was like a very intense feeling that I just couldn't explain. And then after that, when I went back to the room, went back to sleep, and I didn't say anything to anyone because I thought I was like maybe just crazy or something. Like honestly, I don't know why, but I didn't say anything. And then finally, the last night, some members of the team came to our house, the house where we were staying, and we had like a night, like, you know, like last night, celebrating a bit of alcohol, not drunk or anything, but just like celebrating the last night and just talking about what happened during the week. The goal was mostly to talk about what happened with the but it did not end up this way. So finally, I don't know who, like there was a girl staying with us and she started saying like, hey, is there anything in the house? Like I felt kind of something and I think it's like, it felt like a ghost, whatever. And she starts talking about it and we were in the house talking about it, and I remember I had the goosebumps because I was like, I'm not crazy, like I'm not the only one, like that's insane. So the guy from the association is like, oh my god, like what are you talking about? And he tells us that like people stayed there like 2 months ago and they had to leave because they felt something really wrong and everything went like really wrong in the house, so they had to leave after like a week or something because they didn't feel it and they wanted to change place, and they like really felt like there was a presence, like something. And he was saying that to the girl, but I had not said anything yet. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe you're talking about it. Like that was the weirdest thing ever. Like that's how I knew that what I felt was actually real and just not me, like I don't know, not just me being weird. So then I knew it was real, and that's when I finally said like, oh my gosh, like I felt exactly the same way. And you know when you have that feeling of like, I know I felt it, but then since I'm saying it like the last person, I feel like people won't believe me. But then Milay comes in and she's like, I also felt something very weird this week. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like everyone felt it. Everyone in the house felt like something happened to them this week. There was no like, oh, we see like, there was nothing concrete. It was like a high emotion of like too intense to be just a normal thing. So then after that, I'm not gonna tell you how much scared we were to spend the last night there. So when everyone left for the night, we were just freaked out. Me and Milay were like, we're going to sleep together, and I swear we're not gonna be able to sleep. So finally we watch a movie during the night, and all we see is like, you know, like in the corner of your eyes when you see like something and you turn around like at the same time. That's what happened. We were watching, I think it was like Mean Girl, because we were trying to get in like a happy mood because we were too scared, and we watched like Mean Girl, and at the same time we turn around because we both like saw in the corner of our eyes that the door, you know, like the rest of the week we were not like looking for something, but now it felt like we were looking for something scary happening because we've talked about it all night. But then we see the door like literally opening a bit, but there's no like window in the house open or anything. There's no like wind or anything. So we start, like I remember we were like, oh my god, we grabbed each other and we're like, oh my god, no, that's not true, no. And then we're just looking around and freaking out, and I don't know for how long it went on. Like it didn't move that much. It went like this and stopped after. But while we're like freaking out and not starting to calm down because we just couldn't calm down, but when we stopped screaming for nothing, then we're in the bed and we're like, should we restart the movie or like what do we do? Like we can't spend all night like that. And then there's like a big chandelier here like on the bed, like just on us, and it starts like very slowly, it starts turning. Oh, I have the goosebumps. It starts turning and we're freaking out. We didn't want to go in the bathroom because that's where we felt like most things during the week. So we were just staying in bed, and you know, you don't want to go out of bed because there's something like you're just scared that something will come out of like under the bed. So we were just screaming and just freaking out. And then it turned one side, but then it started turning the other side, which was just so weird. So that's when I called my ex, and I'm like, you're staying on the phone with me all night. You're staying here, it's not happening. So after that, like nothing happened. We were just freaking out, our heartbeat like so intense. We waited for a while in bed being like, what do we do? I needed to pee so bad, didn't want to go. And we were just waiting till at one point, you know, when it's been like 2 hours since you're like, do we move? Like, what do we do? Like, the night was so long. It went on for so long. Like, that was so long. Finally, we put the movie back on, like funny movie, Mean Girl movie. And we watched that till the end of the night. I think we could finally fall asleep when it was lighter because we had like a long flight to go the next day, so we wanted to sleep at least 1 or 2 hours. But then like the next day we fell asleep, I think it was like 6 a.m. We slept like 6 to 8 and that's pretty much it. After that we left and we were like, I can't believe that happened. And since then I'm like, finally in my life I have like one paranormal thing that happened to me and that I can totally say like for sure that happened. Like, I don't know, like that was just so weird. So that was like my paranormal story. I haven't seen like a literal ghost and be like, oh my gosh, that's from the 800s. But the ghost was more like a feeling, and it's like a feeling, but you feel that it's like, just thinking about it, I have my shoulder being all in goosebumps. Like I remember this feeling of like there was a bubble, not a bubble, like, because I couldn't see anything, but there was like an energy that was so intense that got me crying the second time. And like the first time I really wasn't sure, but the second time when I remember like I was stopped and I was like, Ellie, are you really feeling? Yes, I'm really feeling it. Ellie, what is this? Is it any logical explanation? I was looking for something logical, but there was just nothing, no explanation for it. So till this day, forgot to take my coffee during the video. This is my paranormal activity. That's the only one. Milai, do you remember? That was so scary. And the scariest part is the fact that they told us like they didn't take it seriously when the first people stayed in the house and wanted to leave, because they thought like the organization person told us like we thought those people were messing with us, were kidding us, or were just not happy about the house, so they wanted to change and they found a reason or something. They thought it was like ridiculous, but finally having like a second group of people coming in that house and saying the same thing was like so revealing to them. I need to talk to them and be like, did you have other people staying there? Like, what happened to that place finally? Because honestly, that was just so intense. But I never felt in danger. I never felt like it was a negative thing or something that was gonna kill me. And it was not like, you know, I cried, but it was not like a sad emotion. It was just too full of emotion, like just too intense. Like I could have a heart attack because it was just very intense. So that's how I would explain it. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't think that makes sense, but that's what happened, and that was just really weird. So if you guys enjoyed this story time, this is not the kind of video that I do usually, but I thought it was like nice because we're in a spooky Halloween vibe, and that's like my only paranormal story. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for being here again. In case you didn't know, in case you didn't know, I post videos every Monday and every Wednesday, so, and it's all types of videos, so many. There's some funny ones, some sad ones, some, trying not to do too many sad ones, some really happy ones, scary ones now because it's Halloween, and that's pretty much it. Don't forget to give a big thumbs up if you liked that story. Follow me on Instagram too, and subscribe on YouTube and all those stuff. Thank you and good night. Hope you're not too scared. Also, good luck if you stay in any Airbnb in Tahiti.